That's a different type of currency. You can be your own bank and take your time while you learn it. Be is not where you reside currently. Teach you how to compound it while you're earning it. It's that new type of money. It's that new king of currency. Hey, first of all, let me tell you about the business. Charity Ross. Educating impact at least 2 million. Now it's 4 years later and we still on the mission. Yeah, we talking 2 million families, shifting their perspectives mentally and financially. How many of y'all like being broke? Never mind, don't answer me. But if money is your problem, then actually we got the answer key. Enroll, learn, and profit. It's simple, don't make it challenging. Shout out to Sasha Dyer for coming up with the strategy. I ain't saying it's easy, cause focus is something you have to be. A better feeling than setting your own salary. Hey, you can be your own bank and take your time while you learning it. Where you about to be is not where you reside currently. We gon' teach you how to compound it while you earning it. It's that new type of money. That's a different type of currency. Hey, you can be your own bank and take your time while you learning it. Where you about to be is not where you reside currently. We gon' teach you how to compound it while you earning it. It's that new type of money. It's that new king. Understand, but if you don't, we got you. You gotta make up in your mind, you ain't gonna let that stop you. We gon' break that thing down to you simple and proper and let you know you were created to dominate and prosper. And we just trying to help somebody, we ain't trying to convince you. But it's kinda hard to believe if you still ain't interested. Put your money in the bank, but don't collect no interest. Show you how to make your funds have a higher percentage. You wanna take action, we ain't capping it for real, y'all. Come learn another way that you can pay your bills on. Pull out your phone or your computer after you hear this song. Tap in and be your own bank, movement.com. You can be your own bank and take your time while you learning it. Where you got to be is not where you reside currently. We gon' teach you how to compound it while you earning it. It's that new type of money. That's a different type of currency. You can be your own bank and take your time while you learning it. Where you got to be is not where you reside currently. Teach you how to compound it while you earning it. It's that new type of money. It's that new king of currency. You can be your own bank and take your time while you learning it. Where you about to be is not where you reside currently. We gon' teach you how to compound it while you earning it. It's that new type of money. It's that new king of currency. Good morning, everybody. We're gonna get started in just a few minutes. Drop it in the chat where you're calling in from. This is LaVon Johnson from Detroit. Drop it in the chat where you're calling in from along with your affirmations. And we're going to get started in just a few minutes. Hey, you can be your own bank and take your time while you learning it. Where you about to be is not where you reside currently. We gon' teach you how to compound it while you earning it. It's that new type of money. That's a different type of currency. Hey, you can be your own bank and take your time while you learning it. Where you about to be is not where you reside currently. Compound it while you earning it. It's that new type of money. It's that new king of currency. Hey, first of all, let me tell you about the business. Charity, she the one that had the vision. Educated impact at least 2 million. Now it's 4 years later and we still on the mission. Yeah, we talking 2 million families. Nigeria, how you doing this morning? Drop it in the chat where you're calling in from. We're gonna get started in just a minute. Hi, Toledo, Ohio. Good morning, Cleveland. I know I have more people on the line. Where are you calling in from? Drop it in the chat. New Jersey. All right. We're going to get started here this morning. This is the BYOB basic setups call, the 9 a.m. call where we go over the basic setups to help you set up your charts to get ready for your trades for the week. We had a call yesterday morning at 9 a.m. and we had a few pairs that we went over and we set up the charts. But before we do that, let's start with our housekeeping. We need to go over what we have for you. We have our BYOB movement worldwide.com website that you need to take a look at. We have new information there for you to keep you up to date on everything that's going on. Again, BYOB movement worldwide is the largest economic empowerment movement in the history of mankind. 2 million families strong. So if you go here to our website, you will see new information for you to plug in. Make sure you join our next webinar, which is tonight at 7:30 p.m. with Mr. Gerald D. Rogers, and find out how you can get registered with the BYOB movement platform. You can also become an affiliate with us. You'll learn how to do all that to become an affiliate. Again, make sure you sign in today for the webinar at 7:30 p.m. tonight to get all the information that you need to get registered with the BYOB movement. So with that being said, we're only going to be on Zoom for the next few weeks. So in order for you to take advantage of any of our courses and our training, live trainings, you will have to be registered with the BYOB Movement Academy. So going forward, we have our summits that are coming up. We have 2 this month. If you go to this link right here, reserve your spot. This will be updated as the summits become available. And you can go click the link here and go straight to Eventbrite, and you will see the summits listed here. We have one this coming Saturday in Jacksonville, Florida, with our very own Mr. Gerald D. Rogers and Miss Tasha M. Dyer in Jacksonville, Florida at 10 a.m. We also have Cleveland, Ohio on March the 25th at 10 a.m. So come back, check it out in the future, and you will see the events that will be posted here and find one nearest you. Going forward on our website, make sure you download our mobile app. That way you can stay connected when you're on the go. We have it in the Android app, Google Play, and the Apple App Store. Also, we have our own very own shop where you can buy your t-shirts, sweatshirts, everything you need to represent the BYOB movement. Again, here you will find our upcoming webinars. We have one on Sundays at 2:30 p.m. We also have, again, tonight at 7:30 p.m. Make sure you click this link to get registered to hear all about what the BYOB movement has to offer. As you can see here at the bottom, we have our very own trading academy. And with that, that means that we are no longer affiliated with IML. We have our very own trading academy. We also have BYOB funding. And again, I just told you about our shop. And we also have real estate services if you'd like to take advantage of that. So make sure you register for the webinar tonight. Also in our website, we have other links up here. If you just take a look, we have a live feed. At the top of our website, you can go here and you can see a live feed, which houses our very own BYOB cash out strategy. This is a live feed. You can take a look at our strategy that was copywritten and created by our very own Tasha M. Dyer. So you can go here and check out what we have as far as tools and things about the market. So
Also across the top, you have other things that you can take a look at. I won't go into that today, but go to our website and take a look for yourself, and you can see everything that we have to offer. So now I want to move into what we do before we begin to take a trade. We always check the news. So we have 3 sources that we always use, and we check the news to see what's going on before we actually enter into a trade. So I have them up here. My links are up already. We have my FX book, and you can see where you go to the economic calendar right here, and it will show you the news as it happens. Like today, earlier this morning, we had red folder news and GBP, which is already passed. We had news just a half hour ago. The US had news at 8:30, so we would wait till the market settles down before we would take any trades with the US market. Also, we have our FX Street. So we would check all 3 sources. This is another source, news source that we would check, and that's fxstreet.com to see if we have anything that's different going on with that calendar, because sometimes the calendars have different information. And then our last source will be our forexfactory.com. We would check that. And again, we had our 3 a.m. news, and again, 8:30 was our US news. So we would wait till the market settles down before we would decide to take any trade. So make sure you always check your news before you enter the charts. So let's move into what we did yesterday. I'm going to go back to our trading platform. So now we use tradingview.com as our trading platform. So this is where you would analyze all of your trades going forward. So tradingview.com is our trading platform that we use. So I'm going to go over the pair that we started with yesterday, which was the Euro JPY. So I already have my chart marked up. So I'm going to go over it for you so you can understand what you are looking at. So let's go to our higher time frames, and I have lots of lines and numbers, and I'm going to explain that to you now. So what I've done since yesterday, when we talked yesterday, we were in an overbought situation, which was, we were down here. If we look at our stochastic, we were close to the 20 marker. So we didn't, it was in a strong sell yesterday. So it did continue into a sell, but eventually throughout the day, it did reverse and turn into a actual buy. And I'll show you that. So what I did yesterday was I went in and I marked, and I always start at the daily and do a top-down analysis. So I always look to see where the market is at the time that I'm looking at it. So these are zones that I marked up yesterday. And this was on the daily chart. So we first go to the daily chart and I mark up my top zone, which is the market was here. And then my bottom zone, the market went here before. So this is a zone. Between this and this is an actual zone from the daily chart. Then from there, I would top down and go down to my 4 hour. So this is where I started, when I started doing my support and resistance lines. And there was a harmonic pattern identified yesterday. So I kind of took those numbers and I put those in my chart, and they also align with my analysis with the support and resistance lines. So if you look here, yesterday, we were about here, and it continued into that sale yesterday morning. And then eventually it did reverse. And this is where I got into the sale, the buy yesterday, and I actually took profit about right here. And that was a support and resistance line. So if you see right here, this first possible target was 143.304. And that is also a support and resistance line that's laying on this zone right here is where it had heavy rejection. So it took profit here. And then if you see this little red candle here, it did reverse. It rejected and retested, and it's continuing up now. So my next support line is about right here, which on the 4-hour candle is almost at that support resistance line. So we can drop down one more, down to the 1 hour, and we're continuing to go into a buy. But if you look at our stochastic, it's at the 80 marker, which means that it's a possibility that it could continue through this resistance line and continue up into this zone, which could be a possible zone where you can take profit. But I would wait until it retests this resistance, because it's going to, price will go down before it goes up. So it's going to go down and then it's going to go back up, and I will wait till it breaks this support resistance line right here. So if you're taking notes, you can write these numbers down. I'll go back to my numbers that I have. These are zones that I identified in the market on yesterday and this morning. I took a look at this pair this morning along with Miss Graham. So I went back in and I looked at the target points that I had already marked up, and we're moving close. So if you want to write down, excuse me, these possible targets, which we've already passed this. And again, if you got in yesterday, you would have taken profit around this mark. Now, these numbers that I have here are not exact. Remember, it's a zone. So you can mark your take profit anywhere around here, because sometimes it may not actually hit that point that I have. It may get right close to it and then it'll reverse. So I always make my take profit around this area. It doesn't have to be exactly on that line. Excuse me. And then we can watch it throughout the day and the rest of the week and see where this goes, because on our 4-hour it's showing with the stochastic above the red line and the upward momentum, it's showing as a strong buy. So we have room for a buy according to our 4-hour time frame. So we would just make sure we're in alignment on our other time frames. And with the hour, I would wait, because it looks like it's gonna do some retesting here. Also on the 15-minute, it's already started to retest. You see it rejected here on this resistance line. It's starting to push back. And you can see that according to our stochastic, it's already started to price reverse. And again, we want to wait for it to retest and then push through this resistance line. And once that happens, if you feel comfortable, you can get into a trade. So that's how I analyze the market, this particular pair. So far, do you have any questions about this one? This is one we started on yesterday. You can watch it some more today. I'll be watching it throughout the day to see if we break this resistance and possibly get into a trade. Okay, so we're going to go, excuse me, and look at another pair that we looked at yesterday. We were looking at the GBP JPY. Nope, this one. So this is another pair that we looked at yesterday as well. So I started with the daily. And again, I marked my zones because this is where the market was on the daily. Right in here. And then yesterday it was another zone right here. So there was a harmonic pattern identified on this one. Is no, I did not have a harmonic pattern identified on this. This is from my own analysis, and I saw my support and resistance. So once I marked my zones here, I dropped down, top down to my 4-hour to see where we were in the market. So as of today, we are on the 4-hour time frame. We have, excuse me, our stochastic is in an upward momentum, which is a buy, and we're right at a support line right here. So we just passed that, and we're hitting our zone that we had marked from our daily yesterday on the 4 hour. So we're almost at that zone for a buy. So what from this point, we drop down. If you want, you can, I didn't put the words on here, but this support and resistance was at 162.906. If you want to write that down. And then our zone is around 163.812 at the top. And then this could possibly be a take profit. I don't know if it'll make it there, but we can watch it. 165.445 is another target area. So now we will top down to our 1 hour. And as you can see on our 1 hour, we have passed our resistance, our support and resistance line here, and we're approaching that zone from our daily chart, our daily time frame. So what will happen here, most likely is going to retest, it's going to reject and retest. We will want to wait before we jump into a buy. If it passes this zone, it could continue into a buy. If it does not, it could turn around and end up being a sell, because we are at the 80 marker. If you look right here on the 1 hour. So you would start with your, again, with the BYOB cash out strategy, you will analyze on the 15-minute. You will see that you have all your indicators in alignment. Right now, we're in a buy and we're touching our zone right here. And it also is at the 80 marker. So chances are it is going to reject and retest, and it could go back through this zone, or it could continue down into a sell according to the 80 marker. So you just want to pay attention to that and where you are in the market before you would actually jump into a trade. So we can do another one that I started looking at yesterday. We can do this one together. If you want. It's the GBP USD. And this, I had a harmonic pattern was identified yesterday on this one. So let me make this smaller, and we're going to make some notes on this one. So we're going to go up to, let's go back to our daily. And this daily is where we are right now. So if you see the daily zones, just one. Okay, can everybody see that? Let me make this. Let's make this smaller. Okay, so now we're on our 4 hour. So we made our zones from our daily. This was a harmonic pattern. It called for a sell. So we're going to analyze for a sell. Where did my okay, we have to get our screen back. Where did it go? Having a little technical difficulties here. Okay. Okay, we're gonna put the numbers on here. Okay, so the numbers that I have, right here. This is a possible entry point right here. So let's type the entry point. I'm gonna put it right here. Okay, 1.2169. That's a possible entry point. And then we're going to add this one. This is a possible target. Okay, so where we are, let me make these bigger. And I don't know what happened to the bottom of my screen. There we go. Thank you, Miss Dyer. Okay, all right, so let's move this. Okay, let's make this again. Sorry. This is 1.2169 possible. Okay, got that. Up there. Did y'all see that? Okay. Bear with me here. Let me put this back. So this one was disappeared. 1.20350. Okay. Now, okay. So now we're on our 4 hour. So you can write those numbers down. So possible entry. Your possible target. Oh, it went over here. Look at that. Look at that. Okay. And then another possible target is here. So where we are in the market right now is here. Let's bring this back. Bring it back. Bring it back. Okay. Try to get there. All right. So where we are right now is above our, excuse me, our daily zone that I marked up. So, and if you look at our stochastic, we are above, we are over bought right here. So we see we're going sideways with the stochastic, even though it's above the red line. We want to wait. It could still possibly buy. So we would wait till it retests and get out of this zone. And the 4 hour will start to curve down into a sell because we had a harmonic pattern identified yesterday and it is calling for a potential sell. So we will watch this one to see if we're going to come back into a sell. If you see the zone in between this top zone and this bottom zone, how the market is going in between here. So the chances are it's going to come from here and come all the way back down to this zone. So we will watch this one as well. So we're on the 4 hour. We're going to go down to our 1 hour. If you see that on our 1 hour is still in a buy position. The stochastic is on its way, moving upward. with the blue line crossing over the red and an upward momentum. So we're still kind of in a buy according to the 1 hour. And then we'll drop down to our 15-minute, and the 15-minute is around the 80 marker. So this is one to watch because we need to wait for the chart, the time frames to align. And because we had US news about 8:30, we could still see some movement in the market today, tomorrow. So I will watch this one throughout the week. If you need the numbers again, so you can keep this as on your watch list, add it to your watch list over here. And how you add it, just hit the plus sign and pick your pair and it will show up over here. So these are my pairs that I am watching for the week. So we have numbers for these. So I would just keep an eye out for those and you can possibly take profit today or tomorrow. So any questions so far on what I've analyzed today? Okay, so let me just go over some reminders again. Today at 7:30 p.m., we have Mr. Gerald D. Rogers on our webinar. Make sure you invite people, you join him to find out, excuse me, how you can become a part of the BYOB movement. Tell your friends, tell your family about the BYOB movement. Again, we will only be on Zoom for the next few weeks. After that, the only way you will be able to access any of our live trading and training calls is that you have to be registered with the BYOB movement. So you want to take advantage of that, get with somebody so you can get enrolled in the academy so you can start your journey to be a profitable trader. So with that being said, I'm going to end the call today and I will see you guys tonight at 7:30. Also, today is Tuesday, I'm sorry. Also at 9 o'clock, join Ms. Patricia Miller for our basics class at 9 p.m. tonight to learn how to navigate the charts and your brokers. So with that being said, I'm going to end the call and you guys have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. I'm sorry, got interrupted with my phone call. My daughter decides to call me every day. So with that being said, I'm sorry, guys. You guys have a wonderful day.